So let's say if I want to train a L2 guy कि यार मेरे को बताओ ना मैं इस बंदे को क्या तैयारी कराऊँ, what should I technically or what else I should help him out कि L2 बंदा place हो जाए किसी कंपनी में.
You should aspire to be the best engineer in that room. You can solve any technical issues. That's where is L1, L2, L2.5, L3 you can say. You become an executor. You execute strategies.
ऐसा होता है ना, बहुत सारे इंस्टीट्यूट होते हैं वो मार्केट में ऑफर्स निकाल देते हैं कि यार ये देखो इट्स हाईली डिमांडेड, बंदे बात कर रहे हैं, वो न्यू भी है और या फिर अभी क्या 3-4 साल कुछ सिस्टम एडमिन कुछ काम कर ले, वो कह रहा है यार मैं ये करके एंट्री करूंगा, बड़े लेवल पे जाऊंगा. सो आई थिंक दैट यू वुड लव टू रिकमेंड समवन लाइक दिस.
No, I would not say that. Start small, learn your basics, then talk about automation, blah, blah, blah. Connect with a good guru and start off.
Now, the next question is very related to my audience. I mean, the most of the candidates, whether in networking or network security somewhere, all they wants to know about, like if they are aspiring network engineer, network security engineer, so they want to know about how the world is going to impact with this automation and AI. I want you to advise them.
Many people say network engineering, if when AI will come, jobs will go, jobs will reduce. I would not say jobs will reduce. I would say like jobs will evolve.
Welcome back to our another episode from the Bangalore podcast series. And guys, trust me, I have someone really special for you, directly from the place you really want to be. And today we have Sogato from the Google, and I'm very excited to have you, Sogato, today on my podcast. And we have a lot of questions to ask. So how are you today, Sogato?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Nitin, for inviting me. I'm really excited to be here, honestly, and. Looking forward to this podcast.
So Sogato, what comes to your mind when you come to know about this podcast, that we are taking such kind of podcast, and why do you say yes? Basically, I want to know that part.
Yeah, I think great question. See, I was initially circumspect about podcast and what are we talking about, but then I think me as through my journey as I came through, I wanted to give something to my fellow network engineers, cybersecurity engineers, little bit of what I can share today about my journey, about what to do and what not to do, right, in my life and in my career. So that's what I just wanted to. That's actually it was an incentive to come to this.
So can you tell my audience about your profile, who you are?
Yeah, so I have around 20 plus years of experience
Excellent.
in network engineering, and I journeyed through various companies in my career, right from ISPs like Sifi, Accenture. I worked in Big Four, PwC. I worked in Xerox and moved on to companies like Qualcomm, where I spent quite many years, and actually moved from being an engineer to a designer to become a network engineering leader. From there, I moved on to another Fortune 500 company called Target Corporation.
Okay.
And I was there. I participated in a lot of very interesting projects. I would say groundbreaking movements. Like, and it was at that point, 2019, it was that starting point just before COVID, when the industry was pivoting towards just before that AI revolution came. So generative AI revolution, AI was always there. So that was a monumental career move, I would say, for me. And I learned a lot at Target, and I managed their global network reliability engineering team at the end. And it was a great experience, basically, interacting with people across the globe, managing things. Post that, I joined Google, around 6 months back.
Okay.
I manage their network operations group in the enterprise side of. So I have I take care of a few things, few support teams at Google.
So me and my team are very excited to see a network engineer sitting in Google at that level. So this is, I hope you had an idea what I'm doing. Yes. We met in the pre-podcast meet.
Yes.
So what was the experience? Like when you get a call about, we discuss about the this podcast, then we met before this podcast. So what do you understand about like what we are doing, and what makes you feel कि ठीक है यार चलते हैं करते हैं, क्योंकि you met with me, तो there are few things कि it could be marketing techniques या कुछ ऐसा. तो what makes you feel कि नहीं करना चाहिए?
No, again, great question, and I would want to share my thought process here. I looked at some of the videos and the podcast that you have done. Very nicely done, first of all, very informative, where you talk about journeys, things that we want to do, we don't want to do. And I personally think that I did not have that kind of guide when I started my career, right? So, which, I did things which was not correct, and I managed to do things which were actually correct. Now, looking back, I feel that was correct. Like, I'll give you an example, very simple example. One of our very senior guys who worked with me in Accenture, he told me, Chukato, what are you doing still looking, working on CLIs? 2007, I'm talking, early part of my career. So he said, what are you doing still working on black screens? Move on to account management, delivery. And that was the trend those days. And I said, I would, stick to technology. I would stick to my black screens. I'll stick to what I love doing. So I continued on that path. Looking back, 13 years back, I feel that I have done the right thing. Many of my peers, many of the people who started with me, they quickly became managers. Achha. So they did not complete the journey that I had completed. Like from being an engineer, being a senior engineer for a long time, then coming into designing, coming into architecting some of the largest data centers, looking at, working with the evolution of technology. Earlier we had standard core distribution access kind of networks. Then came the VXLAN based, class architectures. Mm-hmm. So moving all through that, MPLS, segment routing, now it's time of segment routing, right? So moving through all those phases helped me as a leader today to understand the trend in the industry. I'm still very technical, I'm still hands-on, so I keep that. But I was advised not to do it. But now I choose not to listen. But then it worked out for me.
Great. So, how it feels that you're working the company like Google? What makes you, motivate you? कि ठीक है, what I have done that was good. मैं यहाँ पे आ पाया. Now, if I'm asking the question in a different way, कि how you feel? कि यार, if someone is looking at this podcast and want to make a journey to the same way what you have done, तो आप उसको कैसे सजेस्ट करोगे? पहले हम उनका एग्जांपल लेते हैं, who are new to the market. उनको क्या सजेस्ट करोगे आप? क्या जरूरी है क्या गूगल में आना, गूगल जैसी कंपनी में स्टार्ट करना, और दे कैन स्टार्ट एनीवेयर? मतलब इस वे में आपको
a big tech. See, my dream has always been to, if you look at my career, my career is open on LinkedIn. I have always I always strive to work at a bigger scale. From one to another, second to third. Companies get bigger, scale gets bigger. So my aim was to look at the scale. Very, very vast. What does a scale mean for me? So that is my way. I will not say my journey is the perfect journey. I will say maybe working in a different environment. Mm-hmm. Today, with advent of AI, right? We are talking something different. Things will change. Today, what I say in this podcast might just not be the right thing after 6 months, 1 year down the line.
Excellent. Yes.
Right?
True.
So I would say choose what you love. If you really love technology, if you want to connect with technology, if you really want to know things and ask the why question, then please, look at the journey that I have taken, or you choose your own journeys, whatever excites you. Do what you love.
Great. So what is a good start? कहाँ से start करना चाहिए if you are newly graduate? So what is your suggestion?
So I would say start from the basics. Start from basic. Go to a good training institute. If you are landing a job in one of the campus hires which has good large network engineering teams, network support teams, start at a NOC level, mm-hmm. at a SOC level.
Yes.
Start there. Make your hands dirty. Get your hands dirty. Mm-hmm. Learn the tools. Learn the basics. Go at the packet level. Understand how packet flows. Learn the TCP/IP layer. Go through the standard books of TCP/IP. They are valuable. Any day it comes. AI can do. People will say AI will solve all problems. There is a point where AI will also not be able to do now, not be able to solve it. That's the unknown. That's the known unknown. So that solving that will still require humans. So knowing your basics well will take you there. You will be able to solve those. So start from the basics, start from the bottom, then go up. See where your career takes you. Take the right jumps. We get complacent in some companies sometimes, right? We get very complacent in some companies. Like, this is really working well. I am growing in that company. And you get relaxed. You know the company network architecture, and you are the go-to guy for everybody in the company, right? That is sometimes become a blocker for your career growth. So always look at how you can grow, and always think about learning more, knowing more. Keep on learning. Don't stop your learning.
That's great. Now let's go to the better picture. मैं इसको और better तरीके से पूछता हूँ कि you're taking an interview. मैं कहता हूँ कि आपके सामने मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ, सबसे पहले कोई L1 प्रोफाइल का बंदा आया, न्यू बंदा आया. What you want from him कि वो क्या आंसर करे, किस तरीके से you are going to hire that guy?
So I cannot talk about the hiring practices in big companies. I should not be. But what I can tell you personally, what I would look at is, I would first of all look at the attitude of the person.
ठीक है.
Difficult to judge, but I will look at the attitude of the person. I will try to analyze if that person always has is a solver, will be an executor, will be a great team player, and is inquisitive and wants to know more. Somebody may not know all my questions, but the answer that he gives or she gives while they are talking with me, and acknowledging that I don't know, but I am ready to learn. That is what I am looking at. But obviously, to answer your question properly, basics.
That's I want to know.
I want that person to answer basics. I want that person to tell me how the packet look like. What are the headers? How a three-way TCP handshake happens.
Right.
How a packet will flow from my computer to DNS, or my computer to say yahoo.com or whatever, sony.com or whatever website I'm trying to buy. How ARP resolution is happening. All those things. How a routing table is formed. What is a FIB? What is forwarding information base? What is routing information base? What is basics of BGP, basics of IGP, right? All those things for an L1 engineer to know. I don't want them to talk about MPLS, pseudo-wire, traffic engineering. No, I will not ask an L1 guy. I don't expect that. Maybe some companies might expect that.
You don't expect. We want your perspective.
For me, it is like I will expect only these things. If you know, good enough.
Okay. So let's say if I want to train a L2 guy, so I spoke to you कि यार मेरे को बताओ ना, मैं इस बंदे को क्या तैयारी कराऊँ, what should I technically or what else I should help him out कि L2 बंदा place हो जाए किसी company में. So what technicalities and other things is important.
So for L2, so I'll tell you the journey of a network engineer, or my journey. So first, you should start as a solver, meaning you should aspire to be the best engineer in that room. You can solve any technical issues. That's where is L1, L2, L2.5, L3, you can say. Then you start thinking about the design phase. So you become an executor, right? And you execute strategies, meaning you design networks based on the business requirement, right? Then you become a strategist. What is strategist? You understand where the business is going, what is the business outlook that's going to, and translate that into technological requirement. Be the enabler for the business. So that is the next step. So I would say initially try to become a solver. So be good at your trade. If you are a network security guy, be good at your trade. Understand what are the basics of firewall. Know at least one firewall in and out. You don't need to know everything, because for me firewall is a tool, but the concepts remains the same, right? So understand what firewall looks like. What are the basic flags in that? On networking side, understand the IGP, understand BGP, understand TCP/IP. So that would be what I would say would be good enough for somebody to.
ठीक है. So as you suggested that one can start from the knock and sock. Absolutely correct. L1, L2, L3 must be good in enabler, and the way you explained about that, how important it is to having the idea of TCP/IP and this packet flow,
Yeah.
three-way handshake. I think this is something very important whenever I'm taking this webinar seminars of the network engineers, and I used to explain in the same way कि भाई बेसिक पढ़ो यार, बेसिक पे बहुत फोकस करो बहुत अच्छे से. आप बीजीपी एक्सपर्ट मत बनो, लेकिन पहले तुम बेसिक समझ लो. द हेडर यू वर्ड यू यूज़. मैं भी ये बोलता हूँ कि हेडर पे ध्यान दो यार. तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए डेटा गया कैसे. इफ़ यू आर नॉट अवेयर विद द हेडर तो तुम्हें पता कैसे चलेगा कि लेयर बाय लेयर डेटा गया क्यों था और कैसे गया था. दैट्स एक्सीलेंट आंसर. तो मेरी टीम ने कुछ आपकी गो थ्रू करके प्रोफाइल हमने कुछ क्वेश्चंस बनाया दैट आई रियली लव टू आस्क. ओके, गोइंग फॉरवर्ड नाउ. So from starting out into the network engineering to now leading global teams, what is the biggest mindset shift that helps you to evolve?
As I said just before this, while answering your question, the mindset shift was from a solver to an executor, that is to become a designer for the business requirements that is there, to become a strategist. Strategist can be, you can be a principal engineer, distinguished engineer. You can or you can become a leader in the network engineering space. At that point of time, when you move to this level of being a senior manager, a director at a large organization, what you need is to translate business goals to technological outcomes. What is required for your company? I'll give you an example. Like, say there are a lot of, I'll talk about cybersecurity. There are a lot of things you can do in cybersecurity, right? But everything comes with a cost. So to understand what is that your company basically needs, the more stricter security, the more redundant a network you want to make it, everything comes with a cost. So just to understand, like, what is that cost versus what cost or what risks you can assume, what risks you cannot assume for that particular company, and take it forward from there. So that kind of mindset shift will happen, and it is nothing that you actually consciously do. It happens, and if it's not happening, then obviously there are forums, coaches, YouTube channels where you can refer and move forward.
Great. Now, the next question is very related to my audience. I mean, the most of the candidates, whether in networking or network security somewhere, like all they wants to know about, like if they are aspiring network engineer, network security engineer, so they want to know about how the world is going to impact with this automation and AI. I want you to advise them.
Yeah, great question. So, see, automation and AI, like many people say network engineering, if when AI will come, jobs will go, jobs will reduce. I would not say jobs will reduce. I would say like jobs will evolve. I'll give you an example. Before, a long back, mathematicians were there, right?
Yes.
Then came calculator, right? Yes. So earlier mathematicians were what? They used to just calculate, right?
Yes.
Now when the calculators came, what happened? People moved from they moved to a different domain. They were solving more complex problems.
Yes.
They moved on, right? They did not become obsolete, right? When computers came, my father used to say, during his time when the computers came in India, like people used to, there was a lot of problems in the industry. People thought they'll lose their job. See where we are, right? From the 1980s to where we are, we generated more jobs in India and the globe, right?
And the globe.
Because of that. So I would say no, AI will not take away. AI will change the way you work. I can give you examples of what are the things that people can focus on. People can focus on, design, network designs. People can focus on being a great network engineer because, as I said earlier, solving the unknown where AI will fail, right? And then maybe look at becoming great AI engineers with network knowledge, right? So those are the areas, or you can think about, data. Today, network generates tons of data, and we don't actually organize the data. Data is not organized, and if once the data comes in an organized form, we can generate a lot of insights through that. all the things that we talk about, predictions, everything comes from the data, right? So learn those things, learn automation, learn not only Python, but something, learn the entire cycle. Become an NRE, network reliability engineer, which is a network engineer with a strong software background.
So I was going through your profile and I have seen that you were working on the self-healing network and AI powered reliability. So
Yeah.
can you simplify what exactly they looks like into the real world infra?
Yeah. So let me give you some analogy, right? Today, best analogy I can give you is like my modem in my home internet. My home internet goes down, right? What do? You reboot your modem, first thing first.
First thing first.
Doesn't work. Call your ISP, correct?
Yes.
Right? And that person comes in and that person looks using his systems, troubleshoots some problem, right? So there is a human involved.
Yes.
So with a self-healing, what should happen? Like self-healing, what will happen is it will automatically detect all these things. It will understand where the problem is. Say, is an access point a problem? Is the connected switch a problem? Correlation. Is the cable a problem?
Okay.
So it will understand all those and take action. So that is self-healing. Like say there is a micro burst of traffic, anomaly detection. So it detects small spikes, like micro spikes in various parts of the network. Before you can understand, what it will do is it will take action. It will move the traffic from one part of the other. It will do micro segmentation. It will any suspicious network, it will route the traffic away from it. So with self-healing, it is like the thought process now is reactive. From reactive, we are going to proactive. What do I mean by proactive? It's like we will basically fix the network or resolve or mitigate the issue, create a workaround before the user notices. That is, in my opinion, self-healing.
Okay. So that is the self-healing. And how about the AI? Have you noticed the things getting changed because of the AI in the networking?
See, it is still evolving, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the applications today is around, correlation, alert correlation, and all those things. So I don't, and then processing complex log data, right? And alert data into natural language, right? And pointing where the issues are, so that when an engineer is troubleshooting, that person does not have to log into so many devices, look at so many graphs, or go through so many logs and spend so much time, like 3-4 engineers. Instead, AI can be able to tell you where the probable cause is there. So you can troubleshoot in a very short time span. So that is where AI is coming as of today, with various products in the market. Datadog, and there are other products. Right? Various other products in the market, but then other very large organizations do develop their own things.
So as I told you, a lot of students talk about this AI because they watch YouTube videos and a lot of content over the internet that AI is going to change the world. It is, but what I try to convince them that, boss, it takes time when something new emerged. It's an emerging technology, something new entered, so it takes time. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि overnight सब कुछ बदल जाएगा, कल तुम्हारी job. और ये जो youngsters हैं जो बिल्कुल अभी आए हैं, because they want to reach out to that level in a very short span of time. वो गूगल ने 1 करोड़ का पैकेज दे दिया, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने 2 करोड़ का पैकेज दे दिया, तो दे हैव दैट माइंडसेट कि यार इट कुड बी मी. उनको वो जर्नी शायद वो नहीं पता है, या वो सारी चीज़ें दैट वी वर डिस्कसिंग. तो पहले मैं आपसे एडवाइस लेना चाहूँगा अबाउट लाइक हाउ दिस डोमेन विल बी इन नेक्स्ट 5 years. कैसा लगता है, क्या हो जाएगा चेंज, क्या चेंजेस आएंगे या कैसा होगा इन नेक्स्ट 5 years?
नेक्स्ट 5 years में आई वुड से what you see today at a nascent stage, like people are talking about AI, people are talking about bots, people are talking about alert correlation. Those things will mature. What will happen is like you will have now AI will suggest you something. It is not doing changes on its own, right? Next 5 years, what is going to happen is like it will make changes on its own, And the new thing that will come is explainable AI, means it will justify its action. So it will have that explainable AI. That kind of thing will come. And then in the cybersecurity space, it will be able to understand when an attack is coming and take immediate action based on, like, it can microsegment, it can block machines or segments in the network that has been infected. So it can take all those actions. So those are the things that we are going to see in the next 5 years, because this is what everything is moving is at breakneck speed today. I am really excited. I want to see how the next will be the robots, right? How the robotics is coming up with AI and all that. So obviously, if we are talking about robotics, we will have to talk about very fast-paced networks at the edge. So which have AI enabled, which
Yes.
have ML enabled. So yeah, those are some of the things that I expect in the next 5 years.
So mostly student ask me, sir, like I'm doing this thing, I'm teaching him routing, switching, या मैं उसको जो भी पढ़ा रहा हूँ technically आज, कि sir it is going to be outdated. So correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe AI will come and start working into the knock and sock. आप उसको implement कर दो कुछ tools को and they will help. And I don't think so in the future even in the future ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता that you don't require human.
Obviously.
और वो बंदा जो आज मेरे से बेसिक पढ़ रहा है, जिसको हम पढ़ा रहे हैं, जिसको तैयार कर रहे हैं, आई थिंक दे वुड बी द राइट पर्सन टू मैनेज दैट टूल्स. ठीक है, गाड़ी आज हमारे पास सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार आ गई है, बट स्टिल देर शुड बी समवन इन द कार ना टू तभी तो वो यूज़फुल है. सो अगर हम नेटवर्क को भी कोई से ऑटोमेटेडली मैनेज कर रहे हैं तो देर मस्ट बी समवन हु नोज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इवन बाय द एआई.
Right. So I'll give you when you talk about self-driving. At this time, I was in Austin, and I'll give you an example. I was riding Waymo, that's the Google company, and I was riding Uber. Okay, the Waymo is managing those Jaguar cars. It is self-driving. It does not have anybody on there. Everybody is there on the call center, remote, yeah, right? Yeah. So yes, things will change, but as I always say, it will generate new roles, new opportunities, and we will evolve. It is not like TCP/IP is everybody was saying TCP/IP will go away. BGP is bad, right? BGP has got so many problems over the years. You will listen to so many people, but I would say it is it's not it is still there, and I expect to be around. So I think basics, TCP/IP stack, learning it is valuable, and so learn the basics and strengthen your knowledge.
Right. So that is somewhere it is required कि basic तो आना ही चाहिए. You should know the basic.
You just said that, right? आप बोलते हो लोगों को. So I think you are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Imparting that knowledge and making sure people understand that basics is important. Again, I'll come back to the same thing. Basics are important. आप कितने भी बड़े कंपनी में चले जाओ, अच्छे इंटरव्यूज विल ऑलवेज फोकस ऑन बेसिक्स.
ये मैं अपने वीडियोस में भी बताता हूँ. आई डू शेयर एग्जांपल्स ऑफ सम गुड इंटरव्यूज जो कि 40 मिनट्स तक सिर्फ TCP पे ही चले.
Exactly. I have experience which I cannot share. Some NDAs I have signed with. I've interviewed for very large organizations like Meta, Amazon. So yes, I have some NDAs signed, so I cannot talk about it. But what I can tell you is, like, yes, you are absolutely right. You are spot on. Good interviews are like that.
Good interviews are like that. So you should dig in, because the moment we start, you said that you should go through and read some good book on the TCP/IP. I know why
Richard
did you say
Stevens,
that?
one good book.
Okay, great.
I'll advise. So yeah, go through that.
So that time I understood why did you say this line. You said कि ठीक है, you should focus on the TCP/IP. कोई अच्छी book से पढ़ो, because that means you are expecting कि यार कोई ढंग का बंदा आपका interview लेने वाला है.
Yeah.
One amazing thing why I just find in your resume and I want to just in your profile and I want to know. So how should an engineer upskill if they want to move from traditional CLI heavy work to the intent-based networking and orchestration tools?
Yeah. So great question. All of us had to go through it. So intent-based networking, I'll come at the end, right? But if you want to know how can we move, again, learn your basics first, then start with a scripting language.
Okay.
Maybe a Python. Maybe many companies use Go. maybe start with Python, learn Go. People are talking about Rust. So look at those, right? And then you should also know things about data, CI/CDs, CI/CD platforms, and know how how Terraform works. That is infrastructure as a code, Ansible a little bit, and then understand how version control happens through Git,
Okay.
right? And and then what else? Yeah, and obviously learn a little bit of cloud. All the cloud providers have their own way,
Ways,
right?
tools.
Learn REST API, how to work with APIs, right? All the today is the world of APIs, right? How to connect your script and how to create these workflows, right? How to do a closed loop automation. So all those things, it's a step by step approach.
Step by step.
But thought process should be any repetitive jobs that I'm doing, let me try to automate it. Let me try automating repetitive jobs. I am doing a show interface description,
ठीक है.
or I am doing a show IP interface brief, and I'll put I'll using a Cisco command, say pipe include CRC, include blah blah blah, whatever, right? So I want to run this command on 10 devices. How can I do that? Earlier, people used to do login, typing at breakneck speed. Who is the fastest typer? And they'll see which device is generating the CRC,
Yes.
or which device has packet drops, right? So what I'll tell you is try to automate this. Run a script. It'll log into all the devices and give you that, and even you can grep from there and see which has the counter which is increasing, right? And this device is a problem, right? So automate. So that should be the journey. And when you come to intent-based networking,
Yes.
that's the next thing many companies are talking about. Many are there, many are not there. I don't want to talk about it, but who are there, who are not there. But intent is like you want the network to do specific functions. An access switch port should give certain VLAN for
Okay.
an access point, for a user, making sure that intent is there. What is the purpose of that device, that port, or that function, that zone? So that is intent-based networking. So intent-based networking is a little advanced topic. Once you are good with your automation, you have a good understanding of this. I'm not saying full stack automation, but I'm saying understanding of Git, CI/CD pipelines, infrastructure as a code. Once you know that and cloud basics, I would say these things will come. Intent-based networking, you'll get exposed to it.
Great. So first of all, I need to take a break and tell my audience here that, guys, because most of the students ask me, ki, sir, do I need coding if I'm coming into the networking? So still my answer is that you don't need coding. And now after hearing out the Sugato, so they must be thinking, acha, they are talking about the languages and everything. So guys, this is something what we talk about when you upgrade. You're upgrading, you're moving ahead. So this is what we are teaching about, or talking about something in the future, or something which is upgrading now in the network. So still my answer is same, that yes, you can start without knowing any of the language, Python, or what he was talking about. कुछ ऐसा mandatory नहीं है that you should have to get into the networking. Better to come, understand, and then start moving into that part what Sugato has explained. So Sugato, how much you agree on me on this part?
I completely agree with you. So learn your basics, learn everything about networking.
Yes.
Move from a CLI to an automation. Start small. You don't have to start big.
Start big.
Start small, and then you can move. There is tons of resources to the various great coaching institutes are there. Online teachers are there. Only thing about automation is or learning a language is you need to practice. And for everything, still today, I will tell you one fact, sir, Nitin, is I have a copy of the time of CCI time. So I still go through that, revise through that, and I still know what is NAT, what is inside NAT, outside NAT. I go through that regularly. I go through BGP. I go through concepts of MPLS. I go through TCP/IP, the entire. I can talk about SAC, right? I can talk about flags in TCP/IP, right? So again, coming back to what you said is valuable. Learn your basics first, start small, then go talk about automation.
एक्सेलेंट. मतलब यू नो व्हाट, एक इंडियन माइंडसेट है. पेरेंट नहीं कहूँगा मैं, उसमें पेरेंट्स को भी इंक्लूड करूँगा. हमारे पेरेंट्स का भी कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पढ़ लो, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पढ़ लो, बड़ी ऑप्शन मिलेंगे, बड़ी ब्रांच मिलेगी. सो इट्स लाइक कि आप उसको 2 और 3 टाइम्स का यू वांट टू फीड देम एट सेम डे. तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वैसा होना चाहिए. यू शुड गो स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द बेसिक. अभी सुगाटो एंड मी आर डिस्कसिंग द सेम थिंग. यार आप बेसिक से स्टार्ट तो करो. पैकेट फ्लो तो पढ़ लो, समझ लो. अरे लैंग्वेजेस कर लेना. यू हैव एम्पल ऑफ टाइम इफ यू आर इनटू द नेटवर्किंग. आप आ जाओ, जस्ट रीच आउट टू दिस लेवल, अच्छा लेवल पकड़ो, देन यू विल ऑटोमेटिकली कम्स टू नो कब आपको ये नेटवर्क ऑटोमेशन में जाना है. या अभी हम जो इंटेंट बेस्ड नेटवर्किंग की बात कर रहे थे, यू ऑटोमेटिकली, मतलब मैं इसको कहूंगा कि यू गेट एन ऑप्शन. अंदर जाने के बाद आपको अपने आप ऑप्शन मिलने लगेंगे, इंस्टेड ऑफ कि आप अभी से ही कोई ऐसा होता है ना, बहुत सारे इंस्टीट्यूट होते हैं वो मार्केट में ऑफर्स निकाल देते हैं कि यार ये देखो इट्स हाईली डिमांडेड, बंदे बात कर रहे हैं. तो बच्चा भी एकदम न्यू, वो न्यू भी है, और या फिर अभी क्या 3-4 साल कुछ सिस्टम एडमिन कुछ काम कर ले, वो कह रहा है यार मैं ये करके एंट्री करूंगा, बड़े लेवल पे जाऊंगा, सीधा सुगाटो को पहुंच जाऊंगा. सो आई थिंक दैट यू वुड लव टू रिकमेंड समवन लाइक दिस.
No, I would not say that. Again, coming back, basics. Learn your basics. Follow one side of things. You know, there are various OEMs. अब कभी कैसा होता है? Sometimes what happens is like somebody who's very good with say Juniper. तो he or she sticks to Juniper only.
Yes.
तो उसको उतना ही आता है. You know, that is the problem. People do not. Juniper में कमांड मारना आता है. Juniper में ट्रबल शूट करना आता है. But I would say be agnostic of products. Learn the basics. Again, same TCP/IP stacks, routing protocols, how routing happens, what is a routing information base, what is a forwarding information base, how a packet travels, right? Understand those. Take connect with a good guru and start off. And from there, take mini steps. Learn a little bit of coding. Start with Ansible, easiest, right? And then take it forward from there.
Yes.
Get your job. Start from there. No,
Right.
you know, if you really want, if you want to be a software engineer, that's a different ball game. Network is not something. But I am very passionate about. I somehow landed in network engineering. Right. I am an aerospace engineer by profession, but
Yes.
I landed this side of right, and I love it. I really love it. I still get a lot of excitement if some big issue happened. So some people tell me, "Yeah, why do you get excited when big issues happen?" I said, "It's always a learning for me. You know, and the longer it takes, the complex it is, I learn.
Yes.
Even I used to ask.
The more I grow, actually.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. The more I grow.
Correct.
So again, I just will defer it to you as you are saying. Everything is right. What you are saying. Start small. Learn your basics. Then talk about automation. Blah blah blah. आपको दोनों, मैंने बेसिकली क्या होगा, यू आर जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड्स, मास्टर ऑफ नन. आपको कुछ कोई सा भी चीज़ नहीं आएगा. थोड़ा सा स्विच में कमांड मारना आएगा, थोड़ा सा ऑटोमेशन करना आएगा. यू नो, इफ़ यू आस्क मी, यू नो, मूविंग मी अवे फ्रॉम कंपनीज आई वर्क फॉर, इफ़ यू पुट मी एज अ इंडिविजुअल, आई विल से यार आपको तो कोई सा भी चीज़ अच्छे से नहीं आता. यू डोंट नो, यू आर नॉट मास्टर ऑफ वन. यू नो, आपको ना इधर का आता है ना उधर का आता है. देन दैट्स अ प्रॉब्लम.
Yes.
Then that's why I say, if you want to be a network engineer, follow the same guidance you are talking about, I am talking about.
सिंपल है. तो सोगाटो, मेरे से काफ़ी लोग दैट यू टॉक अबाउट योर एक्सपीरियंस एज वेल. तो बहुत सारे बच्चे मेरे से क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं. लॉट ऑफ पीपल इन द मार्केट, इवन आफ्टर 10 years ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस, उन्होंने कुछ ना कुछ कर लिया है कि बॉस मैं तो फ्रॉम डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड से हूँ. एज यू सेड कि यू आर फ्रॉम द एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग. मेरा तो डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड है, मेरा करियर कैसे बनेगा. तो मैं उनको बोलता हूँ चिल, और व्हाट वी हैव डिस्कस, मैं ये सब समझाता हूँ कि फोकस करो, पढ़ना शुरू करो. नो, व्हाट्स योर कॉल इन इट, बिकॉज यू आर ऑल्सो कमिंग फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड, एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग, और यू आर इनटू दिस वर्ल्ड टुडे.
So I at some point of time I did a master's in computer science from BITS, but I would say it is not a necessary thing. Okay, I have seen, I cannot name them. I know many of my friends. They are in Goldman Sachs, just a BA pass. I know people at very high level in Red Hat, who he was one of my gurus. He was just a BCom, and then he did his CISSP.
अच्छा.
And he's there. I know many such people in very very large OEMs, in big techs, right? Who are just BA, BCom, BSc, right? it is, how much, tell me one thing, one honest thing. How much engineering or mathematics you are doing if you are not working in really the back end of AI, or on LLM? How much mathematics you are doing? None, zero, right? How much mathematics are you doing if you are in software development? Very few. Mostly क्या करते हैं लोग? दे नो ये कोड है, इसको थोड़ा मॉडिफाई कर ले, इसको ऐसे ऐसे कर ले. अभी तो गिटहब कोपायलट्स वगैरह आ गए हैं.
Exactly.
और it's become so easy now.
It's easy.
And you put the right prompts, it will give you. You write a code, it's not running, you just give it, it will solve that problem for you. So it is becoming very easy.
Very easy.
So वही same चीज़.
इजी है मतलब, दैट्स ट्रू. अच्छा, आई वांट टू ऐड वन मोर थिंग दैट यू आर एक्सप्लेनिंग कि आज भी वो जो नोट्स हमने बेसिक में बनाए थे, बेसिक्स में मैं भी बता दूं कि बिकॉज आई एम अ ट्रेनर एज वेल, मैं ट्रेनिंग भी देता हूँ एंड लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आई एम डूइंग इन टू दी नेटवर्किंग. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, मैं कोई भी बुक पढ़ लूँ, आई लव टू रीड बुक्स, मैं पढ़ लेता हूँ. मैंने कोई भी राइटर पढ़ लिया, मैंने कुछ भी कंटेंट देख लिया, मैं अपनी वीडियोस भी देख लूँ रिवाइज करने के लिए, बिकॉज नेटवर्किंग समथिंग दैट यू हैव टू रिवाइज. आपको एक बार पढ़ना तो पड़ता है दोबारा इफ़ यू हैव अ गैप. तो बट व्हेन आई टच माई ऑन मेड नोट्स, वो जो स्टार्टिंग किया, इट्स गिव्स मी द ग्लिम्स, इट गिव्स मी, इट्स नॉट जस्ट नॉस्टैल्जिक, वो एक ऐसा हिट देते हैं ना to the topic, to the understanding. I think that is something very important.
Very important. You should have your own notes.
Your own notes. वो lifetime काम आएंगे.
Make notes. Everybody. My suggestion to you: make your own notes. Many people. I have now moved on to making it on Google Drive. For some few years. But I still have those copies, CCI के ज़माने के, जिसमें I've written down everything, all the labs and everything. So I still refer to that. So I'll encourage all of you to make your own notes so that you understand, you would best understand your own notes.
Great. So Bangalore में कितना टाइम हो गया?
15 years.
Bangalore में 15 years हो गए हैं. कोई प्रॉब्लम Bangalore से?
Nope. I love Bangalore.
बहुत ही.
Bangalore is my home.
Bangalore is your home. यहाँ का वेदर?
Lovely. Always best
good.
weather.
तो कभी प्लान किया कि you're originally from Kolkata?
I am originally from Kolkata, but I did my engineering from Chennai. I've lived in Chennai for 5 years.
अच्छा.
More, and I'm on this side of this country for very long time. I did initially work with SIFI for a short time in Calcutta, and then in PwC. In the headquarters for some time. But mostly I would say I've been in this part of the country, and I love it.
क्यों इतना अच्छा लगता है मतलब Bangalore?
I think the mindset of the people here, the welcoming attitude of people here, the cosmopolitan culture here, the opportunities, and people, this may be a bias, this side of the country, people are very, very hospitable. You see that, connection, that love, that anybody, somebody falls down on the road, people will jump and try to help. I'm not saying other parts of India are not doing it, but I'm saying, there is that, connection. I feel that. And the schools, the medical facilities, other than traffic, but I'm used to that traffic. I have long migrated to automatics, and and then I love driving. I don't get mad at traffic, so I drive. I know where I want to reach, how long it will be taking me.
So you have that
I don't
mindset.
get frustrated. Yeah,
it will take 2 hours. Chalo
chalega. हाँ.
That's amazing. The amazing way you explained. So that was good. So,
but I'll tell you one more big part of Bangalore and Hyderabad is like all the tech giants, all the very big company, pharmas, companies. Their main operations are in this side of the country. So the job market is also pretty
good.
Big.
That's true. So that was amazing conversation, and
Thank
now
you.
we are moving the last part of the podcast, that is the rapid fire round.
Sure.
And I have some questions for you. So let's start. The very first thing. What would you be doing if not in tech today?
I would probably be an aerospace engineer, like my friends,
Okay.
or working for an airlines.
Working for, where you feel more comfortable? Matlab, as per your friends, when they talk about their daily journey, daily routine.
I feel comfortable where I am. Absolutely comfortable where I am.
Done. One buzzword you are tired of hearing in networking.
Buzzword I'm tired of hearing in networking. Now I would say AI is a buzzword, and jobs will go away, right? So that is, I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of explaining to people that jobs will not go away. It will evolve.
Great. One skill that you would, there was a time you think that, oh, it's not why I'm learning this thing, but now it's your daily need. You're using it regularly. Anything?
One skill?
Yeah.
Influence.
Great.
Influence across, influence on teams, influence across people. I use it every day.
Excellent. Next. One networking myth that needs to be die.
Networking myth that needs to die. TCP/IP is going away, or BGP is going away. It's not gone away.
Okay.
I don't see it going away for now.
Okay, great. Leadership in one word.
Leadership in one word. Empathy, and one more thing is, it's not a one word. I will say, create an environment where you a safe environment, where people feel safe, and create transparency. So I would say one word, since you said it's empathy, but I would say it would be like, create an environment where you have transparency, trust, and it's okay to fail.
Excellent. CLI or API?
5 years back I would say CLI. Now I say learn how to play with APIs.
Great. Data center architecture or network reliability tooling?
Network reliability, it is the bread and butter. If I can build a data center architecture which is non-reliable, it's not of no use, right? So network reliability.
It was a great conversation with you, Sogar, with the
Thank
smile,
you.
the way you answered all these things. So when you met me, when we met for this pre-podcast, what do you understand by us, what we are doing? In your words, just I don't know why I'm asking, but I want to know.
So my thought process was around the fact that you train people, but what you want to give your students or people who you interact, or the larger audience, is what is network engineering, what is network security, how is that as a career that can come to you, and you can be successful. People only everybody's running after AI, ML, and software development. No,
Yes.
Hardly you will see बच्चे want to go into network engineering. अगर वो starting में Cisco Tech वगैरह में चले गए तो गए, नहीं तो TCS वगैरह बड़े बड़े जो companies है, they do campus hiring and they get into such projects. People are there, but I think you are doing a great service to this profession. Once upon a time, before AI, I saw a Gartner report or something where the highest paid engineers were actually network engineers those days. Like, I'm talking 5 years, 6 years down there, back. But now it is all AI, ML, and SWEs, as we call it, software development engineers. So, so yes, this is a great profession, and it is going to stay. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It is going to stay. It's not going away. So I have just one buzzword that I want to talk here and tell, and this is something I have said many times in LinkedIn, is network engineering is like the dark matter. It is everywhere.
Everywhere.
It connects everyone. See, we are doing a podcast today, right?
Yes.
And see, everything is connected, and then we will stream it on network. So can you do it without network? No, right? So everything is connected. So we are the dark matters, which is who is always unseen. We are the players behind a TV match coming on Jio and all. And the background, there are huge network which is supporting that traffic. The buffering, the content, how the content is being moved at breakneck speed from, say, today Wimbledon is going on, at your television, right? Think about it. When you swipe a card, we don't understand. When you do a UPI payment, right? So we are the dark matter. And this is the biggest industry. Without network, this world will not exist today. Your phones, our YouTube shorts, nothing will exist.
Nothing will happen.
That's all.
I think we're very connected now. Your cars, your home appliances.
So when you think of connection, think of us, network engineers.
Great explanation. Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Sogato, for joining us, giving your
Nice.
time and sharing all this information. I
Thanks a
hope
lot.
many of the people looking out this podcast get an idea about this network world and people who
Anytime,
got succeed
anytime.
in it. Thank you very
Anytime.
much. I really
Thanks a lot.
enjoyed.
I enjoyed that.